Friday and it's Peach Jam weekend.
Woohoo! It's kickoff day. I'm excited. Are y'all excited?
Oh yeah. This is always, and the weather's going to be phenomenal. Going to be hot.
Yeah, it's
but
going to be hot.
no rain. There's a chance of scattered showers today, this afternoon. Then after tonight, it's supposed to be no chance of rain all through the weekend. So
I know. I hope it doesn't rain because a lot of people have worked really hard on Peach Jam and all the festivities.
there's a lot going on. We're the weekend before 4th of July. This is a big one this year. I know that they're also doing Liberty Day festivities, the same kind of schedule as up in Columbiana they have here with music tonight and then the big show and all that stuff tomorrow. So
Yeah.
that's two big festivals with two big artists. We got Tracy Bird and others coming to this one. He's the headliner. They've got Randy Hauser as their headliner up in Columbiana, and I think there's other stuff going on, but it's a great time of year, with our 250th anniversary of the, birth of the United States. This is exciting.
I know, it is exciting. I didn't realize until, I want to say last night, that 4th of July was next week.
Yeah.
Next
Next Saturday, a week from tomorrow.
Just had
Yeah.
Christmas yesterday.
I know, and we started Christmas shopping last week again.
By the way, the lady sitting here between us, between Taylor and me, my wife, Mary.
I'm not sure I know why I'm here, but I'm here.
Well, we're
here's the deal.
excited.
I got her up this morning at 4, 4:10.
I bet you loved that.
She
Yeah, I
did not like
loved
that at all. Don't even ask her that. But I did get her brought her coffee into the bedroom and got her up, and she, got going. And then we had a nice little, 40-minute drive or so, 45-minute drive to get here. And it was very pleasant, really pretty morning, sun coming up, a little bit foggy, a little bit up high, not where it bothered you, but it was beautiful. It was just a nice morning, and now it's beautiful out there. It's going to be hot today.
It is.
And
gonna be
Bill
hot.
is up to something, saying all those nice things.
Survival stack. I just want to make it through this. I was saying, yeah, Mary, you can sit back there and you watch, and we're glad you'll be here.
Yeah.
And Baden goes, Mary, you going to get on with them? And Taylor goes, yeah, why don't you come on with us? I'm going, oh!
We've done.
Mary
He had
said-
it set up, and we have knocked it down for him.
Yeah.
She don't know what he was up to, but we have ruined it.
I'm just sitting there going,
It's okay. We all feel like that sometimes.
I feel like that a lot.
Yeah.
Just lost in what's going on around me. No,
Well-
we're good. It's
you're lost, all right.
yeah, that's the truth. Mary, was a banker up in Montevallo for 51 and a half years in the same
Wow.
bank. She was a vice president of this. It was a little bank in the old days. Now it's Trustmark, but it started out as Merchants and Planners, and People's bought them, and then Trustmark bought them.
cares.
Bank Trust bought them, and then Trustmark. 51 and a half years at that bank, and it was a great little community. Montevallo's a phenomenal, kind of like Clanton and Jemison. It's just a small town, but it's got a college in it, so
Yeah.
that kind of gives it a vibrancy that a lot of little towns don't have. It like with those
And it's a
having-
little larger during the school year than the summer.
yeah, it
That's
is.
right.
Well, although you'd be surprised, they have a lot of students, summer students,
Really?
because liberal arts college, they don't really stop.
Yeah.
A lot of those kids are trying to keep going and get it done early and that kind of stuff. But it is. It's a great little town, and she grew up right there. She grew up in Calera and then went to Montevallo and stayed there for 51 and a half years. So it's good to have her on this morning.
Yes.
She's going to be talking banking off air with a friend here in just a little bit. They got some ideas they want to share.
Yeah. Well, and when your guest spot's over, we're going to have 2 more guests today.
We are. We've got a good packed morning full of guests.
Yeah, we've got a guest coming in that was in yesterday. Grayson's coming in, and he's going to perform some songs.
I met Grayson right after he was the little kid in Talladega Nights, the spider monkey and all coming. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew, which is really his stuff. And I'm not saying that because he's from here and he's going to be here today, but his stuff in that movie is about my favorite parts of the
Yeah.
whole movie, and it's the one thing people always remember.
Yeah.
The little kid saying what you did your TikTok on with him, but he's always been nice, decent, level-headed kid. You know, some of these kids that get kind of big names and get famous young in the movies and stuff, they lose their minds and they go off the tracks and they live horrible life. And he's solid and he's nice to be. Then I've got a picture I'll show him. I met him 15 years ago again. I hadn't seen him for 10 years. And then about 15 years ago, 2011, I think it was. Yeah, I met him, and he was a young teenage, getting into teenage years, you know, nice as he could be, super kid, and I did not know he could sing and play.
Yeah.
I thought of him strictly as being a young actor.
Yeah.
And he's very talented. And so we'll have him in, and he's going to perform for us, right?
Yes, he's going to perform. We talked with him and had an interview with him yesterday. And then today he's going to come and do some songs. And then at 7:30 we're going to have Cam Cummings. He's going to go on right before Tracy Bird tomorrow night.
What's his name? Cam?
Cam. And he's from Thorsby.
Is he?
Yes. So he's going to come on today. I was supposed to do a pre-recorded interview with him yesterday. And I forgot to mention that it was still in studio, and I called him because I texted. I was like, "Are we still good for today?" He said, "Yeah." And then 10 minutes after he was supposed to be here, I was like, "I never told him that it was here." So I called him, and he was in Nashville.
In Nashville.
It ended up working out that he could come on live.
So he'll be here today.
He'll be here today.
Well,
yes.
good. That's great. That's excellent. Does he live in Nashville now? Is that where he's trying to work out of?
Yes.
Very good.
Him
Very
and
good.
Grayson both live in Nashville. So.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you're going to break it into the music business, that's a great place to be. You can network, and you have your labels there, and all the agents there to book you and all that sort of stuff, and you can network with other artists, and it's a great place to go. And if you're in anything in the country field especially, but now really all genres of music are coming out of Nashville. It's amazing. But especially country, that's the place to be.
That's right. But we're really excited to have them on today, and then the kickoff for Peach Jam tonight. And everyone, don't forget that the Senior Connection's having their barbecue fundraiser today for lunch.
Are they?
Yes, it'll be from 11 to 1. Plates are $15. You can choose ribs or half of a barbecue chicken, and that is at the Senior Connection, which is on Airport Road.
Is that the new place?
It's new to them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, they just moved there like last year, didn't they?
Yeah. Their other place got sold, and it's a school now. So they moved into this building. But they're going to build a new one over across from the library. That's in the works.
Oh, that's going to be nice, too.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Y'all
So
are
today,
getting some good growth.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know, we
big
really
growth.
are.
Yeah.
So when's the barbecue? It's from this morning, from what time to what time, do you know?
From 11 to 1.
11 to 1. Very good. That
Yes.
sounds good. I don't know if I'd go with a rib or chicken.
I
I'd probably
know.
get one of each.
Get one of each. I
But
mean, you can't even get fast food for $15
No,
now.
you can't. Matter of fact, it's funny you said that because I went to, I don't remember if it was, I think it was McDonald's, maybe it was Taco Bell, and my meal was $14, I think, for a burger, a fry, and a drink.
Yeah, that's how mine was yesterday.
And it was just, okay. It was burger, fry, and a drink.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, wow.
It definitely didn't look like the picture.
Never looks like. Well, the only one that kind of looks like the picture to me, if you get the quarter pounder with cheese, because there's nothing on it much.
Yeah.
It's just the meat, onions, and mustard and ketchup or whatever. So, but you look at the pictures of these of all the fast food places. They're fancy burgers and stuff that have the lettuce, tomato, onion, and all that. It looks so beautiful. And then you get this squish thing that you have to open
greasy.
up just to see if there's that stuff's in it. Well, there's a little lettuce in there. I see an onion.
I know. I heard when they're doing the marketing photos, that they'll take like a tiny piece of like styrofoam or something and put it between each layer. That way it's
Puffs it up.
separated. Yeah.
Well, they you've seen the TV commercials of the fresh pizza, and when they pull up, it's the cheese is all stringy and it's all steamy. Alcohol.
Really?
They pour rubbing alcohol all over that pizza. So that
And
steams.
then eat it?
No, they don't eat it. It's
No,
just
it's
for the
just-
pictures.
yeah.
And they sometimes they use paint and
That's what I was
stuff, 'cause
saying.
you're
And
not
like
gonna eat it.
glue and put
They
coloring
say
in it.
every turkey you ever see
Yeah.
coming out of the oven that's so beautiful
It's
and
painted.
with varnish or stain.
It's the craziest
Completely
thing. I know it.
Completely
Just
unedible.
be honest.
I know it.
Yeah, well,
well,
like-
that's like mascara commercials. I always heard they put on the fake lashes and then do the mascara for those to make it look like, oh, this is lengthening
yeah.
and thickening.
Oh, like
Yeah.
they show
Yeah.
the woman with no lashes
Yeah.
or normal, and then they put fake lashes, and then it looks like it's just made them
Yeah.
amazing. That makes sense.
No, it don't. It's wrong.
It is wrong, but it,
It
makes
is.
sense.
I feel like that should fall
If
under
you're-
false
if you're
advertising.
marketing,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
well, you know, the food stuff's amazing. There's one person put out a book a few years ago about nothing but what they do to make food look good in photographs and on video. And it's astounding. I don't know. I mean, they're like mad geniuses, some of them, the way they figure out what they can do to make something look the way they want it to.
I know.
And, you know, they like the grill marks on a lot of things, that's painted on. That has nothing to do with actual seared meat.
They probably just take a stamp and just like,
You know, or magic mark,
About
Sharpie.
that, though. Have you?
You know, just
I
draw
really
it, take a Sharpie and draw a line on them.
yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, that's not happening at Senior Connection today.
No, it's
so
real good
it's going to
food.
be real grill marks, real
barbecue,
barbecue
ribs
sauce.
and chicken. Boy, that sounds good. I could, and I guess they have sides with it too.
Yes,
so.
every plate comes with baked beans and coleslaw. Or maybe potato
I'm
salad.
hungry now.
Do
It's
we
the,
have
it's the
time?
regular barbecue sides.
Yeah, what?
Do we have time on the way home?
We do. We can go by the Senior Connection driving back to Columbia. and
Yeah,
do it.
it's right off 145.
Is
yeah.
it really?
Yeah, right there by Susie Q's, the little
Oh,
gas station.
Yeah.
Yep, it's
Right.
right out. It's probably not even half a mile out there on the left.
Just, yeah. Well, by golly.
Yeah,
We
so
may go
y'all
get
go
us
check
some
it out.
barbecue.
I know I am, so y'all go check it out too. We're gonna go to break really fast and have a word from our sponsors. And when we come back, we have a lot of good things planned for today, so you don't want to miss it. You're tuning in to Morning Mayhem with Dollar Bill and Taylor and Miss Mary. We'll be back after this break.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Good morning. We are back. It is 6:18, 18 minutes after 6 on this Friday morning. The last weekend of June as we head toward the 4th of July. And it's going to be exciting. 250 years anniversary of the founding of the U.S. That's amazing. And, of course, this weekend, the big Peach Jam and Peach Jam Jubilee. They've been doing the beauty pageants and stuff, finding the Miss
Miss Peach, yep.
Miss Peach, is
They
it?
finished it up last night with Miss Peach pageant.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. So we'll get to see the brand new crop of Miss Peaches this weekend. That's always exciting. And that's a long tradition. That goes back like to the 40s, doesn't it?
I think so, if not the 30s. It's either the 30s or 40s, but it's been a while. And not many have been missed. You know, some of the peach festivals have been missed because of crops and
that's true.
natural
back in the
disasters.
early days especially.
Yeah.
It's been pretty consistent. I guess we did. Seems like there was a missing during the COVID stuff.
Yeah.
We missed one or two then, but yeah, it's a great tradition. And of course, peaches are so wonderful, and it's such a great thing for this area. And it's fun to see the pictures of the peach queens from the past, because I love looking at like the queens of anything that over time, because you see the changes in the photography, the changes in the makeup, the changes in the hair, the changes in the clothing hadn't changed a whole lot. They still have the same kind of gowns that they wear as a queen. But holy cow, it's amazing to see like a 1947 peach queen compared to a 1955 peach queen to a 71 peach queen.
One of my friends on Facebook, they shared, and I want to say it was from the 60s or 70s, the photos were, and they were talking about how the girls looked like they just put on a dress and got up there. There wasn't no fancy makeup or hair done, that it was just what they looked like every day in a dress.
Was that the older ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that's true. You think about it, they might have put a little lipstick and maybe rouge on it. I don't think there was many young girls then wearing mascara and
Wouldn't you
lashes.
like to see them that far back, though, really?
I know.
To see what it really looks like.
Yeah, but look,
I know it. That would be neat.
I go back and we look at, of course, we're old, and we go back and look at our old annuals from high school.
Yeah.
And you look then and you go, my God, you didn't realize then. I mean, then nobody looked like old timey or.
Yeah.
It looked like modern
just the
fashion
style.
then.
Yeah.
I got pictures of girls in my annual that were the queens and the homecoming queen, and they got this hair that just doesn't stop. It's these bouffant big ass hairs, things, and it looks ridiculous now. They look like that girl in the B-52s, that had the big bouffant. And then, like you said, they didn't always wear a lot of makeup at all.
No.
And then you get into the 70s and you start seeing the shorter skirts and the lower cut dresses and a little more makeup. And then the hair gets kind of weird. Then in the 80s, the world exploded. Things went crazy with the spider doos.
Oh, yeah.
The makeup was really heavy, shoulder pads, it was weird stuff.
Did spider dudes go back that far?
Spider do. Yeah, where they took and poofed that front.
Oh, yeah, their bangs.
It was almost like a woman's
that's
woman's form of a mullet.
That's terrible.
Well, he is terrible.
Well, no, it's true. Go back and look. And you wonder, all right, 20 years from now, you're going to look back to 2026 and go, look at that.
I know.
God, that looks so old-timey and stupid. You go, good Lord. It's like cars. I remember seeing cars in the 60s that I thought were so sleek and neat looking. And you look back now and they're big, hulky looking, stupid. And some of them are classic. A 57 Chevy still is a neat looking car.
Oh, yeah.
But it don't look modern and it don't look sleek. It's just classic. But it's funny how your time changes everything.
I know it. That's funny, especially with like electronics. Seeing like little digital cameras from the 2010s, not even 15 years ago. They look so clunky compared to now.
In a drawer at my house, I have all these cameras that you bought, and they were pre-filmed. They're film cameras.
Yeah.
And you bought them, and they had the film in them. You weren't supposed to open them or take the. You took all the pictures and sent the whole camera back, right?
Yeah.
And now I don't know what to do with them. I know I've got some pictures I'd love to see from my way back, But I don't know what to do. I don't know who does that anymore.
I think CVS still does it. They don't do it in-house, but I think they send them out.
I'll check today.
Yeah.
Because I've got literally 20 of them. And some of them only have 5. Here's the sad thing, some only have 5 pictures on them, and then I'll put them in a drawer or whatever. I don't want. I want to look at those 5 pictures.
You should get them
But
out
the
and
whole
use them
thing costs
again.
you. I don't know if the film's any good in them after sitting that long. They probably all gotten hot. There's probably no telling what kind of quality. But you might want one of those those 5 pictures because there might be somebody that's passed on now or whatever.
Yeah.
But then it also may just be junk, and you spend $30 to get 3 pictures that are junk.
Yeah.
Well,
Those
when
would
we were moving, there was only 125 boxes of pictures. And I said, Bill, what are these? I have no idea. What are you keeping them for? I have no idea.
Yeah,
That's
boxes
how
of
my
photos.
phone is. I don't have boxes of photos. I need to print more photos, but my phone has over 50,000 pictures and videos on it.
I think
You
mine
know what
has.
would happen if your phone got lost?
No, she's on the cloud.
I would
She's
not
got
have
it
any.
saved, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I have some of them. So I think most of them are saved.
Yeah, if they're on, are
I
you
have
on the
some-
cloud?
Yes,
Well,
and I
then they're
have
all
so many
saved.
pictures that my phone has 512 gigabytes of storage. And
It's full?
I pay for storage on the cloud,
Right, and it's full.
and it's awful.
Yeah.
I'm never going to look at 500,000 pictures.
I've got that picture I told you about when we opened about me meeting Grayson.
Yeah.
In 2011, 15 years ago.
You still have it?
It took me an hour to find the picture because I couldn't quite remember what year it was, but I did remember that I put it under, you can do people. And I have people, and so I just typed in Grayson, and he popped up.
That's smart.
It was, but I didn't do it on purpose. I don't know how I got that done because I don't remember ever. There's no way to. I don't know how you get names for the pic. You can't name your photographs, can
Yeah,
you?
no, I don't think so.
Somehow this one figured it out. I don't know if it's AI or what.
Maybe. Do you ever delete photos, or do you keep all the photos on your phone?
I pretty much keep most of them. And what I
Yeah.
do is one day I'll go look for a picture and I'll start going through it, seeing all the pictures, and you realize you've got 7 pictures of the same thing. You
Yes,
got
there's
a
just a
picture of the
minor
boat at the
difference.
boat dock, 7 of them.
Yeah.
So I go through and I get rid of 6 of them.
Yeah, you know
that
what
kinda
I've
stuff.
started doing? I started going and typing in what the date is, and it'll bring up all the pictures, no matter what year it is, of that date.
I
And
didn't
I
know you could
started
do
going
that.
back and deleting photos.
So you can
by the
just
day.
type in
Yeah.
June 6th.
I'm trying to cut down. So
and it'll
that's,
show you every picture from June 6th from every year you've ever taken a
Yeah.
picture. How do you do that?
You just type it in the search bar up at the top.
Just the date.
Yeah. Just don't put the year because it'll only show that year. But if you just put like June 26th, it'll show all of June 26th.
Every female artist in country music, Bill's got 25 pictures of each one of them.
But I have one of most of the men.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I
That
said,
is
where is
funny.
some pictures of Alan Jackson? Why do you want those? Why do you want that one?
Here's Casey Ballerini 200 times.
Every time I met her, here she is.
Yeah.
And I took 6 pictures every time I met her.
And I will forever.
Yeah. Well, she's hot.
That is funny. That is too funny. I'm really bad about deleting photos too, though, and especially like of my son when he was a baby. You have to take
have to
20
take-
pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't stop.
And I saw this thing on Facebook though, and it said, "Me, my son, a week old. I have 13,000 pictures. Pictures of me when I was a week old. 2 pictures. And they were like little printed pictures you can't even see anymore.
Oh, from you
How
when
old
you were
is he
little?
now?
Now he's 4.
And you're still
But-
doing the same.
Yes,
Yes.
because he's running all over the place, and I'm like trying to get a good picture.
Listen,
yeah.
they're only babies for a short time and once.
I know.
They're adults, hopefully forever, but you only get a little window. He's only 1 for 11 months and whatever,
Yeah.
He's only 2 for a year. He's only 3 for a year. Get all the pictures you can get.
I
It's
know.
not-
And then I feel bad going through trying to figure out which ones to keep and which ones to delete. Even
it's
though
hard to delete
most
your-
of them, there's like 10 of one picture. I don't want to delete 9 of them.
Or
and
there's
delete
a
'em.
picture of the backyard, and down in the right corner is this little kid where he was running and you
Yeah.
only caught
You
the
always
back
It's like a hand.
yeah,
That's
of his
it.
hand, the back of his head. You don't want to delete it.
I know.
Oh, you'll keep everything. It's like wait till he starts bringing home those little stupid things they bring home from school.
Oh, I know.
All over the refrigerator. You put them
Already.
in drawers. You don't throw them away.
Well, you know, he's been in preschool since he was 2. So the 2-year-old stuff, you can't even tell what it is. It may be one paper with like a scribble on it, and that's
Right.
it. But I have boxes that I've gotten from Hobby Lobby. I already have 2 of them because he's been in school for 2 years.
Oh, so you keep them by
Completely
year?
full. Yes. What am I going to do with all those boxes?
Throw them away later in life, probably, or give them to him.
I mean,
You won't.
He's not going to want
to
them.
finally.
We
you
had
know.
to finally.
Yeah.
That's
It
true.
just
Didn't
when
have
they're
a place
when they're
to put 'em.
52 years old, we were going through stuff while we were moving, and Mary finally said, "What are we gonna do with these trophies?" Because her son, my stepson, was a math phenom.
Genius.
Yeah.
So he won all these trophies. So we said we had boxes of, some of them are big trophies, some are little, but and they're not. No, all trophies look pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what do you do with them? So we called him because they were in our basement, and he lives up in Rhode Island. So we said, we're getting ready to move. We've got boxes of these trophies. You want us to ship them to you, or what do you save them for you? What? And he goes, I don't want them.
Oh.
So then we sit there in the conundrum of looking at all these great trophies of his, and we just can't hardly bear to just take them
Yeah.
to the dump. And you think they're beautiful. Some of them are really fancy, pretty trophies. Do you just throw them away? I mean, can they you can't recycle them. They're all got his name and engraved.
Yeah.
So we ended up just literally taking boxes of these really nice trophies to the dump, to the landfill.
Man.
And little things. You just keep everything. She found his little gi, the little outfit you use when you take taekwondo and
Oh, yeah.
judo, the little white outfit with the belt. And he was about this tall, about yours. He's a little bitty kid. Had his name on it. His little dojo. What do you call it? Dojo? What?
I don't know.
Wherever he took it,
Oh, yeah.
Dojo. Anyway, what do you do with it? We call him. You want your gi from when you were 11? No. So we tossed it in the trash. We had the box of keep, box to go. So we threw it in the trash box. Mm-hmm. Thought about it a minute. Pulled it out of the put it in the safe.
I know, and then you're like, when
Then
was
thought
he
about-
this small?
Yeah, then you think about it again. You take it out and throw it in the trash.
Yeah.
It went back and forth for 2 days, and we finally said we got to get rid. We don't. Nobody wants it. Why are we keeping it? And we tossed it. But it just breaks your heart. Some things I get connected, and Mary does too, emotionally to everything. So we almost live like hoarders. Because we don't want to throw anything away that means something.
That's what I was about to tell Mary. Me and Bill have talked about being hoarders. We're basically the same on that aspect.
He is.
I get,
My husband says that I am too.
You find a monster can that, that's the last time Jason came to visit. He drank out of that can. We're saving it. And you go, it's an empty drink can. What the?
A little bitty story. When we were in, I believe it was in Washington, when Jason won the nationals in math,
Oh,
we
wow.
were sitting with the president of the United States, and I looked down.
Bush
Bush
Yes.
number 1.
Yes. I looked down and I had a navy blue shoe and a black one on.
Oh, no.
Redneck from Shelby County, Alabama. Went
And
to
I
see
was
the
sitting
president
next
with
to
2
the
different
president.
colored shoes on.
And
I bet
thought-
he didn't even notice.
He didn't care. He was bored still.
Yeah.
And he had to come. That's the only reason he was there.
That is funny. My boss, I think he said that he broke his foot or something. Not Baden, but at the bank that I worked at. And I wasn't here at that time, or there at that time. And he got out of the boot, was back to wearing 2 shoes. Well, he wore his slippers or something to work one day because he normally changed at the bank. Like when he got there, he'd put on his coat, put on his tie, put on his shoes. He got out, he only had 1 shoe because he had been in that boot and he didn't think about it.
Did he come to work with a sock and a shoe?
He went over to the JCPenney across the road and went in there in his slippers and bought some shoes.
That's great.
I was like,
That would be me.
you can't make that stuff up. I swear.
That is funny.
You cannot.
course, I was in radio all my life. Some people would come to work almost naked. I mean, there was no worry about what you wore to work. I mean, you were on the air on a radio station.
Now, people that you see at work half the time, there's no worries.
I know. It's
I'm
amazing.
sick of seeing
You go
people
into
in
people
pajamas.
in their pajamas.
I'm so tired of seeing people in pajamas.
And you know what?
I know.
I can't stand
It's
people.
even at Publix now.
I know.
Oh my gosh,
Oh, I
used
know
to it
it.
would only be at Walmart.
Walmart.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now it's everywhere.
Now people fly on airplanes in their pajamas.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my
The last
gosh.
few times I've had to fly, for the last couple of years I've had to fly. You go in the airport, mainly young females in pajamas, and I don't even mean like where you can't quite tell
Yeah,
if they're
like the little
pajamas.
sets.
Yeah, no,
Pajamas.
flannel, long PJ pants and a t-shirt,
That
and
is ridiculous.
floppy, slippers.
Yeah.
And you go, God, don't you have a little more pride in yourself than I know it's comfy,
Yeah.
but come on.
But I mean, you can find something nice that's comfy too.
It's comfy.
I know this podcast that I listen to, the girl, I think she's like 27, 28, and she was saying, which has been a while ago now, like when she's in her early 20s, she's like, I like wearing like the little athleisure sets to the airport. She's like, but my mama gets on to me every single time because she dresses up to get on the airplane. She's like, you want to get where you're going and be ready to go do something. She's
Yeah,
like, you want
and
to
look
look nice.
nice.
And that's what she said. She's like, Mom is always talking about you don't know who you're going to run into on an airplane or at an airport. And you need to be dressed up and you need your expensive stuff and your carry-on. Don't put it on your checked bag.
I agree. Yeah, I'm telling you, people, when I was a kid, anyone flew, they put on, a man wore a suit and tie
Yeah.
to fly. I
Well,
mean,
you used to.
I did, and I still wear a sport coat, in a polo or whatever, and slacks. I don't, and they're comfy. I just don't want to look so bedraggled when I'm flying and traveling in an airport. It just looks bad to me.
Yeah.
It shows little respect for yourself in a lot
Yeah.
of ways, or some kind of weird rudeness that you don't give a crap what you look like as long as you're comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's not always the best way to be either. You don't.
No.
I'm not saying sacrifice and wear a hair suit and scourge yourself while you're flying, but at least look clean and decent and be clean.
Yes.
Some people just go and fly and you're like, ooh.
I feel like in today's day, the word slob is non-existent. They've just done away with it.
Yeah, you're right. I hadn't thought of that. There is no word for a slob anymore because,
No, it's just
kind of
normal.
We all are.
Yeah.
Because we all are.
well, no, the society has
It's
dropped
just,
to the
like,
point
accepted.
that if you're what we used to call a slob, that's just everyday normal behavior now.
Yeah.
That used to be looked down upon. Don't you think so?
Probably.
Can you talk?
Yes,
Well-
I can.
She's just looking at me.
She said, don't get her started.
Well, I had to think about what I really wanted to say there.
Well, you
you
can
know
say
what
it.
that was.
You can say it.
No,
We're
no,
going to
no.
get a break real quick so Mary can say what she wants to say.
That's
And
right.
when we come back, I think we have a guest. We have a guest that's ready. So, y'all stick around. We'll be back after this break. You've been tuning in to Morning Mayhem with Dollar Bill and Taylor and Miss Mary. We'll be right back.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you. Whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss, Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
There's a pride that comes from employing over 6,000 people in America, welding, fabricating, assembling with local and global parts, delivering a machine just right for you. Japanese engineering meets American ingenuity that builds on our 50-year legacy of quality, reliability, and durability that makes us the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. These aren't just machines. This is a way of life. And that's why Kubota is investing hundreds of millions right here at home. Because we won't settle on what was good enough yesterday. We're innovating with inspiration from the hard-working men and women that proudly sit on our equipment every day. So you can be sure that every one of us have you in mind when a machine or implement comes down that line. We know how hard you work. We'll do the same. This is Kubota.
Hey y'all. Okay, we're back with Grayson again today, and today he's going to perform for us. So turn up your music, get ready, cause he's going to put us on a show. Thank you.
Boom. Am I good to rock? We good to go?
Yep, good.
Moving and shaking. Well, what's going on, y'all? My name is Grayson Russell, and you might want to back up. Sometimes I get loud. I don't know. It just depends. But this song is the yes, sir. This song is the first song I put out. It's It's a true story. It's about everything that I've bought and sold and stolen and resold to pay my band. It's called Corn and Kerosene, and I hope you like it out there, y'all. Good morning. $13 racks in the glove box, powder keg in the back seat. No, it ain't worth the jumpsuit. That cash is hard to beat. Well, my great grandpa, he run liquor, and the other slung a little hash on the side. Well, they both dodged their share of blue lights, and hell, I turned out just fine. Well, it's easy to lose your soul, boy, hauling out there on the road. But as long as you bring that dough home, they won't care for what they don't know. Now, we come a long way from that river and cooking that copper down in a cave. Pop said the Lord used hell to save him, since he ends drowned in the TVA. And you pay your tithe with dirty money and buy yourself a fifth, which you got clean. Pray that Uncle Sam don't get wise running guns on gasoline. They might have the best of intentions, but people ain't always what they seem. We pray the good Lord don't catch wind of all this corn and kerosene. Pull a curtain on a rock and roll coffin. Let Skinny drive a spell. Cause when them dives don't pay, my guys will have you copping dimes from a wishing well. Cause when you play for the love of the game, you break your neck in the law to pay for your dreams. But with the price of living and women, son, it'll bring you to your knees. And you pay your tithe with dirty money and buy yourself a fifth, which you got clean. Pray that Uncle Sam don't get wise running guns on gasoline. They might have the best of intentions, but people ain't always what they seem. We pray the good Lord don't catch wind of all this corn and kerosene. Now you gotta take it easy, pop the clutch and try to unwind. Now I know why Pop and Willie asked that river to ease their minds. And you pay your tithe with dirty money and buy yourself a fifth, which you got clean. Pray that Uncle Sam don't get wise running guns on gasoline. They might have the best of intentions, people ain't always what they seem. We pray the good Lord don't catch wind of all this corn and kerosene. Good morning. 6:30. Hope y'all doing all right. That's about the first noise I've made in the past 12 hours, so 8 hours maybe. So we'll see y'all 4 o'clock on Saturday at the Peach Jam. Y'all be good.
All right.
Boom.
Grayson,
Yes, sir.
if you could only work on getting a little volume in that voice,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
astounding.
Thank you.
That
I
is,
appreciate it.
it surprised me that when you let
Yeah, I
loose
was
there,
like,
but
I
that
need to
is
back up a
great.
little bit.
Now, you grew up, we're going to talk to you a little bit if you don't
that's
mind,
fine.
put you in there, but you grew up doing worship music as well.
sir.
So I imagine you can get people up and moving and feeling the spirit when
Try
you
to,
do that.
yes, sir.
That's
That's the plan.
awesome. Well, you got a great voice and the power is amazing. Can we sit and talk with you just a
let's do it.
second? Thank you for, now you're going to be performing tomorrow night. What time do you go on? Do you know?
o'clock.
4 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
It's going to be great. Man, I'm so glad to see you again. But let's talk.
Let's do it.
We'll be
Let's
back.
get
We're
after
going to talk with Grayson here in just a few minutes. So stay with us here on Piper Peach Radio.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun. Stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
There's a pride that comes from employing over 6,000 people in America. Welding, fabricating, assembling with local and global parts. Delivering a machine just right for you. Japanese engineering meets American ingenuity that builds on our 50-year legacy of quality, reliability, and durability that makes us the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. These aren't just machines. This is a way of life. And that's why Kubota is investing hundreds of millions right here at home. Because we won't settle on what was good enough yesterday. We're innovating with inspiration from the hard-working men and women that proudly sit on our equipment every day. So you can be sure that every one of us have you in mind when a machine or implement comes down that line. We know how hard you work. We'll do the same. This is Kubota.
We're back on this Friday morning before Peach Jam weekend. Got stuff starting this afternoon and tonight. Well, actually, today at lunch, if you, the senior connections have their luncheon, and then
that's right.
We've got all kinds of music, and of course, Grayson Russell in here with us this morning again. And Grayson, thank you for being with us here on Piper Peach Radio, and thanks for performing.
Thank y'all for having us.
We really enjoyed it.
The first noise I've made today.
Is it real? Well, I guess this is early. You know,
I woke up, told my folks I loved them, and
came over
here.
You know, I got to tell you, you're a brave man for doing it because, you know, all my years in radio, we always brought these artists in at hideously early times. You know, I don't know about you, but most musicians don't want to wake up till the crack of noon.
Crack of noon. That's about what that's what we were talking about on here yesterday, because I think I fell asleep at probably 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Coming into the show at 7:30 yesterday. So last night though I went to bed at 1, so we were good. We're doing a lot better work.
You guys get a couple more hours.
We're cranking the schedule back.
You've got plenty of sleep. You got 3.5, 4 hours last night.
Yes, sir.
Do you live that way normally? Is that because as a performer, you're on the road a lot. You're performing at places. Most of the time you work is usually at night.
Yes, sir.
Have you become like a vampire status lifestyle?
It's a graveyard. It's a graveyard shift for sure. Because I mean, Nashville runs all the politicking of Nashville runs between about 11 p.m. and about 2 a.m.
Yep.
So for me, most of us will get up to write around for whatever write you're going into at about 10 o'clock in the morning, 10 or 11, and then you'll be up till sometimes 3 or 4 in the morning.
Are you collaborating with writing with regular people, or
sometimes? So it goes back and forth. Like for me, we didn't get into this yesterday, but even though I started touring as a 5-year-old, most of y'all might know me as Texas Ranger from Talladega Nights or Fregley from Wimpy Kid. You might know me as an actor.
Yes, that's all I knew you as when you were so young.
Oh yeah. So whenever I write for me, the way I describe it is, I don't necessarily believe that Tim McGraw lived through Red Rag Top.
Right.
But I respect him as a storyteller. And so it doesn't faze me when he's on Yellowstone. But if I want to go see Kevin Costner's band, I can watch Dances with Wolves at the house.
Darn right. But you
know
can't, but live performance is a whole different
it's
thing.
Different. And when I go to see Kevin Costner, I want to see Kevin Costner.
Yeah.
So for me, when I write music, it's stuff that I've expressly walked through. Because if I'm telling someone else's story, I do that on a camera.
Yeah, I got you.
So
as
for
an
me,
actor.
So
you don't consider yourself as a songwriter and performer, particularly an actor. You're performing as Grayson Russell, the human being.
It's me as the
As you. And then when you're
yes, sir.
Grayson Russell, the actor, you're portraying you're somebody, you're a character,
Absolutely.
it's not you.
Correct.
You can draw from your experiences to be a better actor, but that's not you.
Correct.
I love that thought.
sir.
You know,
Yeah.
I believe, Grayson, that acting is an amazing talent, but songwriting to me is literally a miracle.
Yes, sir.
Because you would think that every combination of music, every combination of words has already been long
done.
ago
I
been
think
done.
about that. I've never said that, but I'm like, how in the world can I come up with something new?
But yet you
on
take a
this
blank piece
thing?
of paper,
Yes, sir.
and then somewhere later, there's an amazing song. A song that tells a story, a song you can relate to, a song that moves your guts. I don't know how, it just knocks me out, because the older I get, when I love music, and I'm old, so I loved music in the late 50s and all through the 60s and 70s was my teenage.
My first band that wasn't traveling with my folks was a Bee Gees cover band when I was 7 years old.
Can you do a Bee Gees song?
I used to.
Could you really hit the high
I
notes?
used to hit them when I was 7. I sure could. Now I have to just lower it and back
Damn
up. and hit it.
testosterone.
It gets you every time.
It gets you every time.
But like the early stuff, like To Love Somebody and Spicks
Oh,
and
yeah, that
Specks in
wasn't that high,
Massachusetts,
that's
none of
right.
that. I mean, that was all just very
It was.
right
And
down
they were
the middle.
I loved the Bee Gees. They were.
Yeah.
That was amazing. So what, I know you get asked, this is kind of that standard question. What influenced you for your musical taste and style? You did a lot of worship music young.
Yes, sir.
And then you're doing a rock band now. What influenced you for what has developed in your head, the music that you kind of relate to the most?
Yes, sir. My two biggest musical influences growing up was George Strait, because I used to introduce myself as a 2-year-old. It's hi, my name is Grayson Claude Russell George Strait. Around 7 years old, right when we were doing Talladega Nights, I had formed my Bee Gees cover band because I had stolen Dad's Bee Gees CD that he got for Christmas the year before. So it was this weird, like, I've got my cowboy hat on, but also we're singing Night Fever tonight, guys.
Cowboy
like
hat and stand
like that's what we're doing. But as I got into middle school, and started playing guitar, it was a lot of AC/DC and a lot of Guns N' Roses and a lot of Leonard Skinner. And then as I started leading worship, I started to understand how much modern worship music, at least at the 2010s and early 2020s, were influenced by that U2 kind of droning kind of swells and sound. And so for us as a southern rock band, we sound a lot like a cross between Skynyrd and U2, because we've got 3 electric guitar players moving and grooving. I'm playing acoustic, but all of us grew up playing How Great Is Our God and playing Jesus Culture and playing all these different things that has a lot of this very ethereal kind of swells and feeling to it. So it's a big sound.
I love that. And I remember years ago watching Elton John do an interview, and he talked about, believe it or not, how he grew up playing organ and piano in church music, actually. And he said he approaches almost every song that he writes as a hymn.
Yes, sir. Wow.
Because he says a hymn is meant to move you, is meant to go to your soul and your heart. And so he says you can tell stories like a hymn, so that, you think about his music, with, like you talked about, where it swells and comes down, and oh man, some of his music, now of course he had his rock boppy stuff too.
Yeah.
But it's amazing, and you look at history of mankind. Music is what drove people to religion, to God, to Jesus. It's what drove armies to fight for the right. I mean, music can move us in such powerful ways that nothing else. Words can inspire you, but music can move you.
Yes, sir.
That's a wonderful thing. So, do you write with anyone regularly, or do you
No,
just?
for the most part, when I'm writing for me,
It's just you?
I write. It's just me. The wild thing is, because you talk about music moving you. I did a master's in clinical mental health counseling because I
really?
felt like I did so much of it on movie sets with actors' lives falling apart, or other people's falling apart. When you're stuck somewhere for 2.5 months, working 16-hour shifts on this, in this strange new world.
Right.
But when I moved to Nashville, I started doing a lot of work with veterans.
Good for you.
Songwriting, but it ended up that it was very much a counseling session.
Certainly.
That I got to walk into and sit down with my notepad and come out of it the other side with a song. And the whole goal of it, the group is called Creative Vets, is the idea of repurposing memories. And for me, that's how songwriting has been. And I didn't understand it on, the veteran side, but if you have this traumatic issue that happened to you, and it doesn't necessarily have to be traumatic, but every time you talk about it, every time you think about it, the last time that particular thing occurred was when the event happened.
Right.
But if you sit down, and a lot of times we sit down in one of the dressing rooms at the Grand Ole Opry with a veteran and someone who's been through the program, and we'll sit and we'll talk through it and we'll write a song about it. And so now the next time that you mention it has more to do really with the song and repurposing this horrible experience into something positive.
Yeah.
Well, music is therapy.
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
then-
sir.
And the one of the greatest books written about war was written by a professor that taught biology at the University of Montevallo. His name was Eugene Sledge, and he wrote a book about his experience as a Marine in World War II on Peleliu, the island of Peleliu. Horrendously horrible, nightmarish stuff he witnessed as a 19-year-old. And he came back from World War II and finished up at college and became a college professor teaching biology. And at night, he would wake up beating his wife up and screaming and trying to choke her, and because he was having PTSD.
Yeah.
So someone told him, write it down, just for yourself. And he did, and it fixed him. He got a lot of it out because he got it out. Music does the same thing, doesn't it? If you're writing a song or you're talking about stuff, that's a way to get those pains and that stuff out in the daylight and turn it into something positive.
Absolutely.
You think about all the music that we grew up listening to, everything from Guns N' Roses to ballads, most of them are about a breakup, something went wrong in your life. And the old story about, country music, if you roll the record backwards, the dog comes back to life, your wife comes back to you, you sober up. And music and that is brilliant what you're doing. Thank you for that, because I think we've only in the last few years understood the impact that the horrors of war have on someone. You don't just turn it off like a switch and come back to normal life. And poor Vietnam veterans, they didn't even think about it, and before that nobody did. But PTSD and anything from trauma, it's brilliant that you sit and help these people work that out, because their life is scarred until they can get help and get their lives back healed a little bit.
And it's wild because the organization doesn't just do songwriting, they do screenplays.
Do they?
And then when the vets get done writing their 4 or 5 page script, they bring in actors to do it live. Whenever they write their song, they might bring in Jamie Johnson, they might bring in Craig Morgan, they'll bring in someone to record the song.
Jamie Johnson,
That's
Marine,
awesome.
Craig Morgan, I guess he was
Army. I believe
he was Army, but I think he was Special Forces.
Yeah, and so they do astrophotography, taking pictures of the stars. They do all kinds of stuff with vets.
There's ones with the vets that go out with the horses, and the ones that just go sit around a campfire with other vets.
And it takes all kinds.
It does.
For me, like, talking about music is therapeutic. Obviously, it's a totally different world because I'm not a veteran. But the last song I put out, by the grace of God, got dropped on WSM radio by the Grand Ole Opry. And the way I introduce it is this song's for anybody who's ever cheated on you and then cried about it. It's called "Go Cry Somewhere Else," and that was a rough.
Cheated and are proud of it.
Yeah, and so like that was a rough week, of my life. But it was able to take something that was relatively hard and painful.
Right.
It's like, okay, well now we're gonna do our best to laugh about it and we're going to play the national anthem behind it. Because the biggest thing I can think of is bum, 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 bum. So,
Jose, can you see?
Yeah. So, and we'll do that. We'll do that at Pete's Jam tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Yes, sir.
Are you doing is your stuff all your written stuff, or do you use other?
It's gonna be about 60-40.
Good.
Really, what it is so we played. I've had my Southern Rock band. It's just Grace and Russell. I've had it. Same guys for the past 9 years.
No way.
They're all dudes I went to school with at Lee University. They're all classically trained musicians. Aside from Cam Rogers, who just hopped on with us, is a guitar player. He's an incredibly talented guitar player and singer. And Aaron Nichols is my lead guitar player. You might know him from Reba's team on The Voice this season. I told them yesterday, I'm the least talented guy on my band.
I love it.
But we started out as a cover band for the first 4 or 5 years, and I very vividly remember going down the road thinking there's nothing that I have to say that is going to be any more entertaining than just playing Freebird. So let's just get up here and play Freebird. And I'll do a song tomorrow. It's called Turn Out Good. It's not out yet, about my granddad. And so if you guys are from Clanton, you would know Cecil Cleckley, who run the sports shop doing all the T-shirts. A lot of y'all don't know he was paralyzed as a child and was healed at Glad Tidings Church of God in 1950. It's about all the relative hell that my family has gone through, but it's also what's created me into who I am. And I wrote that song and watched every time we got done playing it. There would be a longer line to come talk to my father about the things my father lived through. Of burly, hairy, 40, 50-year-old men bawling their eyes out going, how in the world did you keep your marriage? As there has ever been Talladega Nights or Wimpy Kid fans. And so once that started happening consistently, it was like, okay, well, you know what? Maybe there is a thing or two I could say that might be worthwhile, but we're going to work it in with Freebird because that's
There you go. Yeah.
fun. And so, like I said, we're going to go play the world's largest Christian music festival up in Wisconsin. It's called Life Fest. I think July 10th or 11th. And we've played there 4 or 5 years. We opened for King and Country and Zach Williams and Casting Crowns, and we get up there as a Southern rock band. And the thing that I tell everybody, the thing that I strive for is to be a Christian professional and not a professional Christian.
There you go.
Because that's when when being a Christian becomes your livelihood. I think that's very easy to you run into some issues there sometimes.
I think you do.
And so,
I think your perspective changes.
Yes, sir.
And let me ask you, when you're doing the Christian shows and you're a Southern rock band, do you do any secular music while you're up there, Southern rock music, or do you do just all Christian?
For the most part, we'll still do the stuff that applies. We'll do Simple Man, and don't forget,
really?
son, there's someone up above, because we still have 3 electric guitar players up there.
That's true. You got to let them wail.
Moving and shaking and screaming. And we'll do. Still haven't found what I'm looking for by U2. I mean, there's a version that U2 did where Bono's sitting in, and I was never the biggest U2 fan, but he was sitting talking, and he said, when you listen to it, essentially, it's a gospel song. And they cut a version in the late 80s, early 90s with the Harlem Black Gospel Choir. That is them sitting in a church doing the really stratified hardcore 90s choral harmony.
Yes.
We grew up singing at Zion Ridge Church of God off of 24, whatever it is right there, 39, 49, whatever the road is down there, Route 49, I think. Yeah, Enterprise Road. That's what it is. I can't think of the number, but it's Enterprise Road. Turn left off of Cootie Road down there. But we try to find the ones that make sense to do in that environment, because when it comes down to it, hey, we've grown up leading worship our whole lives, but this is the stage of life that we're in right now, and the music that we're making, because this is where our heart's at. But also, we wouldn't be here without the talents that the good Lord gave us.
Yeah.
So we fashion it. There's not a show that we do, regardless of where it is, where we won't do some gospel.
Well, I think about Lauren Daigle and how everyone was just so up in arms about her not classifying as a Christian artist. And it really limits you because, I mean, you're not going to reach others as a Christian only singing to Christians.
Yeah, well, the thing that, I had to talk to Mom with early on, we would get into it about sometimes, and what do I know? I mean, the good Lord's always been good to me.
Yeah.
One day at a time. But every, country artist that we grew up listening to, whether it's Johnny Cash or Willie Nelson or Dolly Parton or George Strait or Alan Jackson, every one of them's got a record of hymns.
They do.
Every one of them's got a record of hymns. But if you grow up, and your foot's out there singing hymns rather than carrying your love with me, makes it far more difficult to then turn around and sing "Carrying Your Love with Me."
Yeah.
If they know you as a Christian artist.
But you know, like Elvis did lots of hymns.
Yeah, Elvis did a ton of
was a
hymns.
strong Christian, and there, when you look at like Alan Jackson, he did that. His gospel album as a tribute to his mother, because he related his growing up, his mother taking him to church, and I thought, if you have meaning, like if you're doing it for just to sell records or to have, that's empty.
Yes, sir.
But if you're doing it because there's a story, a feeling, and a meaning behind it, that's powerful stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So
And,
I think it's great. I think your approach to it, like I never had thought of it till you just vocalized it for me. Are you say it again for me, a Christian artist or an artist that's a Christian?
A Christian professional.
Or a professional
or a
Christian.
professional Christian.
And I love that, because that's exactly the dichotomy that has troubled me to figure out in my life.
Yes, sir.
Because, you got some of these artists that are just so good and they do nothing but that they're, that they feel called to preach and just do that. And then you've got guys, I think it's more powerful to people that might be not very religious or not religious at all, and they admire an artist and they're living a life in Christ's footsteps, so that they say, I like their music, and they're also a Christian.
Yeah.
And I think it's great. And people that are I have some friends that are very, very, very religious, and I admire, I honor them for that. But they are very weird about secular music. Now, of course, I've heard some hip hop and even rock songs that are nasty and bad, and I don't like that. I'm not a prude, but I don't like it, and I sure don't think children should be listening to that stuff. But I don't understand just hating anything secular, even when it, like you said, many of these songs are very religious based and hymnal based and Christian based.
And that's the thing, like some artists hide it a whole lot, bigger brained. There's like Alice Cooper has always talked about being, like the music that I wrote, rock needed a villain, and it's very much about the struggle of good and evil and the good Lord winning out every time. He said you just have to pay attention to the lyrics. He's one of the biggest Christian secular artists out there, is of all people,
Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper.
So I guess those weren't Christian doves that he bit the heads off, or bats.
That's Ozzy Osbourne.
That's Ozzy Osbourne. That's right.
Ozzy Osbourne. God was going to say something.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It went out there with the bats and the doves.
I'm sorry, I brought that. That's my bad.
No, that's fine.
But if I didn't know Alice Cooper was that.
Yeah,
that stronger Christian.
That's what it was. I remember I got to go and see every year. Chris Tomlin has his Good Friday service at Bridgestone Arena in Nashville.
Really?
And the first year I went, he brought up Lainey Wilson to do My Chains Are Gone, to do Amazing Grace, and it was the same thing. Like, holy cow, like this is Lainey Wilson that from 4x4 by You or Watermelon Moonshine. But here she is going, this is what I believe and this is what I've grown up believing.
I love
And here
Lady.
we are. And so being able to present it that way is, I'm going to do whatever the good Lord allows me to, and whatever lane he sees fit to put me in, because he is better at it
Yeah.
than I am, and I have accepted that.
Yeah.
But I love getting to do it, and my guys have been so loyal to me. I mean, we started playing for nothing at frat parties and Salvation Army coffee houses when in 2017, as freshmen in college, and now we've gotten to play arenas and stadiums, and also so I play guitar for another artist. Her name's Elizabeth Nichols. She just had her first #1.
Really?
She when she got it, she ended up knocking Dolly Parton off the top #1 slot
Whoa,
on Apple Music, which is a heck of a thing to
That
do.
sure
That
is.
is.
And we got to open, me and her. I play guitar for at the O2 Arena in London. I was telling them this yesterday for Brooks and Dunn back in March.
Wow.
We got to open for Zach Top in Berlin and Rotterdam. We got to open for Brooks and Dunn at
I love them.
the Ogo Hydro in Scotland, Riley Green, and Jordan Davis down in Brisbane, Australia. So I get to travel with her.
You've been all over the world.
Yes, sir. I get to travel with her, playing for her, and then I have my crew, and we run those. I run those as neck and neck as I can, and then I've got a TV show that comes out in a month. It's called on Inspiration Network. It's called Blue Ridge the Series.
It's called what?
Blue Ridge the Series.
Blue
I play
Ridge the Series.
Dwayne Dixon, who's very much Festus. He's the village idiot, and I have a blast. I cannot say that the character is not directly inspired by a handful of individuals that I went to Chilton County High School with. I took about 3 or 4 of them and
Put them together.
cobbled them together and said, "Here is the village idiot of Blue Ridge." And so I've got that going on. The last film I did, by the grace of God, I got nominated for an Oscar.
Excellent.
It was a movie with Tom Hanks called Greyhound. And I believe season 1 of Blue Ridge is probably still on Amazon.
Oh, really? Okay.
But it'll go to season 2 will go to Inspiration Network first. It'll be on cable, and then I don't know where it goes from there. So I get to go back and forth.
Can you stream it?
Yes, I think it'll be streamable after each episode comes out.
I got you. They play it on the Inspiration Network, then they'll release it for stream.
Then they'll stream it, and I'm not sure where. I need to go look in my checklist, my production
Blue Ridge
inbox,
series.
Dropbox. But Blue Ridge is a series, and we filmed that in Charlotte. It took about 28 weeks to film season 2.
Wow.
But they technically announced the co-stars yesterday, so I can say, for all the Wimpy Kid fans out there, I was able to get Zach Gordon back, who y'all would know as Greg Heffley from Wimpy
Right.
Kid.
Yeah.
So me and Zach got to work on screen together
How
for the
cool.
first time in 15 years.
Wow.
So there's
Wow.
that. I can say that spoiler now because
They've now released
the
it.
director posted about it yesterday. So
You
hallelujah.
heard it first here on
But
Piper
you heard it
Peak
here
Radio.
first. You really did.
Yeah, that's neat.
But yeah, I get to go back and forth.
Were y'all
with
friends?
that.
Did y'all get along and everything?
We
friends?
didn't when we did Wimpy Kid. Me and him didn't get along very much because we came from 2 totally different ends of the world, and we were in the middle of puberty. So if there were 2 people that was going to butt heads, it was going to be Clanton, Alabama, and Camarillo, South Hollywood, California.
Right.
Like those are we're going to be neck and neck
Oil and water.
as 10, 11, 12-year-olds. But the thing was, over COVID, Zach got into music and got into songwriting and felt like he was really kind of getting robbed working with a lot of individuals in California. And me and him really got back close and got together. It was like, look, dude, I've got a band. We're based out of Cleveland, Tennessee, where I went to college at Lee University.
Did you go to Lee?
Yes, sir.
I
I was
love
like,
it.
I got a studio over there. Go work
Cleveland's
out.
a great little town.
And he was working a thing, doing a big promo deal for Bonnaroo, and which was this would have been 2021, 2022, and
right after COVID.
yeah, right
Yeah.
after COVID. And so I was like, well, dude, I'm just gonna come pick you up. I came and pick him up, and I sat him down in the studio with my band, and we produced 2 or 3 songs for him, and but me and him, of course, were like, hey, sorry, we were turds to each other. I was like, sorry. And he was like, that's okay. I was too. I'm like, we're good. He's like, we're fine. But he comes and lives with me in Nashville whenever he's in town, and that's a whole really amazing connection that we never thought would occur.
Things happen when they're supposed to.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Zach's an incredible actor. He was growing up. I mean, of course, he was doing Wimpy Kid and all the live action things that he was nailing, but also he's one of the most prolific young voice actors
Is he really?
like in the world. He's the voice of one of the biggest characters on the biggest mobile game in China.
Really?
But he's voiced characters on Star Wars. He's voiced characters on like Ni Hao Kai Lan, like old school like kid shows growing up. So he's done all kinds of stuff. But that's a connection that music has brought around, and that's one of the very few individuals in my life, really honestly the only one in my life that understands, as someone who is actively doing it and pursuing it. One who grew up doing film as a child is still actively pursuing it as an adult, but then started songwriting and started kind of doing the live music thing and trying to figure that out. And thankfully,
Is he talented?
He's
I
incredible.
know. I hate to ask someone about their friend, but I mean, is he really?
No, yeah,
should he be singing?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Which I did not know. Like, I had no idea, because when we were doing Wimpy Kid, like when we would take a lunch break, or when we would break for lunch, I would eat as fast as I could, because I just started playing guitar, so I was like 11, and run up in the grip truck and grab their Les Pauls off the wall and sit and play with them during our half hour, 45-minute lunch break, depending on how long it took the last person to get to the lunch table. And so that's what we'd sit and do. And so Zach at that point in time wasn't incredibly musically inclined. So I wasn't expecting him to have, although I should have, because he's been doing such an incredible vocal array of voices for film.
Right, obviously
to have a solid range.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, well, I wonder if he's any good at writing. And for me, since the stuff that I write is so incredibly personal, unless it's just been this big, like Go Cry Somewhere Else, this like big just wave of emotion. It's like, I need to write this down while it's here. I might have wrote that song in like an hour. Boom. Sometimes it might take me a year or two to really kind of craft it down, because when I'm writing,
Piddle with it and set it aside and come back to it.
When I'm writing about my father being abused as a child, or I'm writing about my granddad being paralyzed, like those are real people. These are heavy things.
Think it and rethink it.
And I want to sit in that. Now that was something that took like 2 days, which is crazy. Really? A piece of 2 days. But Zach is the only person I've ever worked with where we'll sit and we'll just kind of start playing music, and he will just pull words out of thin air and just be like, whoop, here's a line, boom, whoop, and here's a line, and boom. And it was like, and you see a lot of hip hop artists that do that, and Zach's predominantly pop and acoustic music. But
they train their brain to think that quickly in the head.
Yeah, and it's just dun, 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 dun. And I can do that to a certain extent, but I am so micromanaging it in the right word, but it's just, I like to be sure that every word and everything is just buttoned up exactly. And Zach's like, boom, and I'm like, how in the world did you do that quick? And so being able to do that with him and going and playing shows and traveling has been a blessing from the film world that I never would have expected.
Right.
And we're both still pursuing it. And now I get to come back and play Pete's Jam with my band. And I told them the first time I've played a secular show here since Healthy's Grill was around in 2015. Like, that was the last time that's my senior year of high school. So.
Oh my God. Grayson, let me ask you this. You became pretty famous with Talladega Nights first. You were 6, you said? 7 years old. So many children that end up being in the spotlight that young as actors, their lives come apart. They just can't handle it. How have you stayed normal? Because you are, I've seen you a few times over the years. You've always been just a down-to-earth, normal acting, wonderful person. You don't seem to have ego problems. You seem to just be so balanced and stable and nice. How have you done that? Because that's hard for life. I mean, if you're an adult and you get famous, you have some skills. You obviously had a lot of skills for a 7-year-old to be Spider Monkey and pick.
Yes, sir.
But you did. And by the way, I want to ask you, speaking of that, do people still want you to say, I'm coming at
Oh,
you
yeah,
like a
I'm gonna
spider
come at you
monkey.
like a spider monkey.
And I'm
Yes,
all
sir.
jacked up on Mountain
This
Dew.
year's
Does that bother you?
No, I was telling them this yesterday. I mean, it brings so much joy to people.
Good.
Still, this year's the 20th anniversary of Talladega Nights.
And I still think that's, if I have to, there's very few things I remember. I love the movie. Had a friend that actually was in it, Dave Crabb, a Birmingham actor. He was one of the guys at the end that the woman kissed. That was the Talladega guys.
Yes.
Anyway, Dave was in it. But the thing is, your part is the thing you and your coworker was your
Yes,
brother.
used to.
You guys, that was made the movie for me with you and doing chip stuff and all this stuff.
Yes, sir.
And so I think it's an honor. But I wondered if some people get kind of mad that they think they're being stuck at something, not letting them move on or whatever.
It's there's a couple of things I attribute to, at least some humility.
You got plenty. You're great.
Is obviously Jesus Christ. That's the first one for sure. Parents who absolutely would have knocked the bejesus out of me.
Good. There you
had
go.
I been anything different. Now I can't say that hasn't been a factor in any other child actor. But I'll say, because I think there's a whole host of believers that go into the industry. I think one of the biggest things for me was that the good Lord has always baby stepped me, whether with it's the music or the film, in that I did the McKinnon commercials for a year and we figured that out. Or I did it for 8 years, but at that point I had done it for a year. I saw a woman in McKinnon's yesterday who is about 55, and she said, "Are you the little kid that used to be on these commercials?" So like that's wild. We did Talladega Nights, and then it was 2 years before I did another film.
Is that right?
And then I did the Rainbow Tribe, and it was 2 years before I did another film. And so there was a certain level of inconsistency there to where, however I felt about it, I always came back home, and I came back home to here. I stayed in public school. I graduated high school from CCHS with the same guys I went to First Methodist preschool with.
I love it.
Well, with Miss Helen Parrish standing out there, and she was probably 80 or 90 at the time. And I think the other thing is, and Cam Cummins will be here in a minute, he's coming at this from the opposite end, because I could be wrong, but I believe he might have been on a junior Olympic baseball team.
Really?
But given that ball is so big here in town, and I think it is across the Southeast, number one, I wasn't all that coordinated. But number two, even if I was, I couldn't play because I couldn't get hurt, because then I couldn't put on a pair of pads and break my collarbone and not get to do another Wimpy Kid movie in August.
Right. Yeah.
So there was the kind of the social barrier issue there that it was cool to my buddies that I got to go and do film, but also like you're not playing ball, like that's
right.
what's
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, it's like that's what's cool is being the quarterback, being the running back, being able to sling it from third to first, and I couldn't do for better or for worse, couldn't do any of those things, and it continually, I think for sure, whatever developed ego I had at the time, it certainly tempered it. And I didn't, understand that at first. Not that I was like, I demand to be respected. I didn't really care. They were the people that I've grown up with my whole life.
Yeah.
It didn't make a difference to them, and it didn't make a difference to me.
You weren't that big a deal to them. You're their buddy from childhood.
Yeah. And so I think that really
That's neat.
worked a lot of wonders in that, we stayed here. I figured out a year or two ago that my entire family on mom's side started, the first one passed away in Chilton County in 1862. No. We've been here for half of us all live on the same road still. So, that was very much an important part of growing up. So, no, we didn't, I did film on purpose. I didn't do a lot of TV growing up because I could go off wherever part of the world it was in. I'd go there for 2 or 3 months and I could come back. And so I can come back and do
Kinda like a
Blast from the
reset.
Past.
It kept you
I
rooted.
can come back and do Blast from the Past in February,
Yeah.
or March. But if I had booked a TV show, I might be under contract till I'm 18, and I've got to pick up the family. Now we've got to go off somewhere, and I had no desire to do that because of the community here. And I mean, I think to some extent that's a testament to how incredible the people are here. That like California didn't seem all that bright and shiny in the wholesomeness comparison to Alabama. Not to Clinton, not even to a 7-year-old child. Like,
Yeah.
no, I like going to Peach Park and singing at the pumpkin patch.
Right.
And going and watching Dad play softball at the ball field.
Oh, yeah.
And going to see the Tip Tops
That's
sing
right.
at Peach Jam, as a 12-year-old.
It's a good life.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
Well, I think Southerners tend to have roots in where they're from. I
Yeah.
don't know what that is. I've had friends that grew up all over the country, and a lot of them don't have really. They don't feel like they'll live anywhere they want to.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Southerners especially just tend to feel like they're rooted in the South. They may have to leave for a while, but many of them come back, and
Yeah.
many of them, even if they never do, they feel like this is where they're grounded. Even like you said,
And you
my
can-
granddaddy was born here. I go back Civil War time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, you can spot them out. I was in Oxford, London, and ran into a sweet little couple that I think was from Oxford, Mississippi.
Really?
Like, well, I'm from Alabama, y'all. It's good to see y'all.
Yeah, it's nice to hear a Southern accent,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
yeah. Well, we're glad that you're back home.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know I enjoy running into you every time that you're back
ma'am.
around.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Oh, yeah, we're all rooting for you, brother.
thank you.
All rooting for.
I know it's weird him
That's the
being
thing.
in
Like,
New York.
it's all fine, well, and good again to be an actor in Chilton County, but Pico's playing darn pro baseball, y'all. Like I'm gonna get out the way
man.
and educate us. That's what you need to have on here.
Yeah,
We'll put a guitar in his
what
hand.
I was telling Baden yesterday afternoon. I was like, because I told him, I was like, well, I grew up with Grayson. Like, I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
Kids Crusade, you running around like a crazy person.
Yeah, and Daddy playing ball with Daddy
With Dad,
and your
yeah.
grandma.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, I never really talked to Grayson because when you're in town, most of the time it's around when Pico's in town. So I'm like, hey, and then I go on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, I grew up with him, but I'm Pico's sister. So,
Yeah.
But it is good having you in town, you being back for Peach Jam. So tell everyone again, you'll be playing on the main stage tomorrow.
On the main stage at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
So everything
4
kicks
o'clock.
off. So it'll be hot. I think we're
will.
gonna see
yeah.
if we can run out with some water guns and
Yeah.
see what we
yeah.
can do to temper it. We got enough guitar solos. Y'all will get tired of them. Shoot some water cannons off at some people.
I love that, and I love some good guitar solos.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
There will be many of them. And all my guys are coming in from Nashville, Cleveland, Tennessee, and Florida today. So,
Oh, really? You got one
Wow.
from Florida?
oh yeah. So if there's a noise ordinance that comes from County Road 7,
There you go.
it is we are having rehearsal.
Just
just
disregard
bear
it.
with us.
Yeah.
That's all right.
This.
Listen, I think it's wonderful.
There's at
Thank
least
you.
2 trailer parks I know we're going to irritate tonight.
That's okay.
About 10 or 11 o'clock.
It's Peach Jam
It's
weekend.
Peach Jam weekend.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Grayson.
It is so good
It's been
to
an
see
honor
you
to have you
again,
on with
my
us.
friend.
Thank you for being
Yes,
kind
sir.
enough to come and again sing so early. That's horrible for a musician,
Oh,
but
no,
thank
that's
you.
fine. That's fine. Well, hey,
And your
y'all hang
voice
around.
is amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
Yes.
I didn't say that, but I mean, when you cut loose, I was like, holy cow, that's amazing. He doesn't even need a sound system, really.
Thank you.
But your
Well,
voice
hey,
is amazing.
Y'all hang
Yes.
out. Cam Cummins is coming up
Yep.
here in a sec. He's going to destroy it. And so he is opening. He's a big one. He's opening directly for old Tracy Bird on Saturday. So
That's
I don't
amazing.
know what time he goes on. He'll tell y'all. But thing kicks off today at 5.
Yep.
I know Rebecca B. Runner. She's going to be, or Rebecca Brunner's playing today. I may hop in there with her some, and then of course she's going on after
B.
us
Runner.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Brunner.
Brunner.
I love it.
Because my socials is Grayson C. Russell, not Grayson Crussell. So sometimes when I see a strange letter in
I
there,
like
I get it
that.
backwards. But yeah, 5 o'clock today, Friday, 4 o'clock tomorrow. And now we're going to go hop on Fox 6 with Janice
Are
Roberts.
you gonna?
Yeah.
She and I are great for. Tell her I said, hey.
sure will.
She's wonderful.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, thank you for having me.
Thank you for
Thank you,
coming.
Grayson.
We'll see y'all.
We'll
been a-
hop
been
to
a
break,
joy and an
let you
honor.
get packed up, and when we come back, we'll have Cam with us. So y'all stick
Yeehaw.
around. It's 7:32. You've been tuning in to Morning Mayhem. We'll be back after this break.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
There's a pride that comes from employing over 6,000 people in America. Welding, fabricating, assembling with local and global parts. Delivering a machine just right for you. Japanese engineering meets American ingenuity that builds on our 50-year legacy of quality, reliability, and durability that makes us the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. These aren't just machines. This is a way of life. And that's why Kubota is investing hundreds of millions right here at home. Because we won't settle on what was good enough yesterday. We're innovating with inspiration from the hard-working men and women that proudly sit on our equipment every day. So you can be sure that every one of us have you in mind when a machine or implement comes down that line. We know how hard you work. We'll do the same. This is Kubota.
We are back on this Friday morning. It's already getting hot outside. We're glad to be with you. And thanks to Grayson Russell for spending so much time with us this morning. He's heading up right now to go to Fox 6 or they don't call themselves Fox 6, Channel 6.
I think it was
be on
WBRC.
WBRC, Channel 6.
That's
and
right.
he's going to be on with Janice Rogers this morning for Good Day Alabama. So that's going to be a nice one. She's great. She and I have been friends for 30 years. And Grayson, what a great kid he is. I keep saying kid. At my age, everybody under 50 is a kid, but but he's a great guy.
Yeah, he is. And it's funny because I told y'all before the break that I just think of him as, I grew up with him. I didn't realize me and him were closer in age than him and Pico.
Now, who's Pico?
Pico is my little brother.
Y'all kept saying that, and I couldn't figure out who Pico was.
Pico is my little brother, but
is that his name, Pico,
well,
or nickname? Because Pico de Gallo.
He was born William, and he was Will until he was 2, and then he told us his name was Pico, and he wouldn't answer to anything else.
Did he come up with that?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. So just
Pico.
a lot of people don't know his real name.
Don't even know he's Will or William.
Don't even know William.
Pico. Okay, we're getting near about the same age, he and Pico.
Pico is 23. Grayson, I believe, is in his late 20s. I'm
Very
31.
good.
So we're all right there
Yeah,
within
that's really
about
neat.
8 years.
Yeah, so cool.
Yeah, but I still think of him as like the little McKinnon kid. Even though
You're
we grew
grinning
up
with
together.
McKinnon.
I know. Yesterday we posted the Talladega Nights TikTok.
I saw that.
And somebody
I-
messaged me
By
and
the
was
way,
like-
I didn't just put a thumbs up. I put a heart
Yeah.
with it.
You
I've
have
shown
to
that
for
to 2 or
that.
3 people. I love that TikTok. That's a great. You and him doing the bit from Talladega Nights.
It was
I'm gonna come at you
fun.
like a spider monkey. And
Yeah,
you go,
he
you get
is.
it, you get it. And he says, I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
I know, it is fun. But one of my friends that I worked with, she's from the Galera area. She messaged, she was like, Taylor, OMG. And I was like, what? Like, I don't think anything of it, you know?
No, yeah.
Because he's just a hometown guy.
He's just
grew
my
up with
buddy
him.
that
Yeah.
was friends with me and my brother.
But anyway.
Well, he's a good kid. Good
well,
guy.
We are not with Cam right now.
Yeah, we're waiting
but-
on him to see if he shows up.
Yeah.
Now, he's
And
going to be
if-
performing tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right before Tracy Bird. And it could very well be something that I miscommunicated because I told you yesterday we were going to do an interview. I thought he was going to be in studio, and then I realized I did not express that it was in studio, and he was in Nashville.
Is he still in Nashville? Oh, he's got to
No,
be coming
he's
home
home
for
now,
here.
but
Yeah.
he was headed home late, so he may be pulling me that I pulled yesterday.
Well, there you go.
And if he is, that's all right.
Yeah. Well, it's just, it's so nice for him to come in. I mean, this is a busy time. Like with Grayson, here he is. He's, he was up late last night. He came
Yeah.
up early this morning to see us. He sang for us, stayed on for an hour just about. Then he's got to go up to Fox or to Channel 6,
Yeah.
be on the TV there. Then he's got to come back here and get ready. And his buddies are coming in, the band come
Yeah.
in. They'll get together this afternoon, tonight. They'll practice, get together. And then he's got to work all day tomorrow pretty much. And
Yeah.
that's
I know
a
that
lot.
was Cam yesterday when I called him. I was like, did I tell you were coming in studio? And he's like, no. And I was like, can you come in studio? And he said, I'm in Nashville. And he had a rehearsal last night.
Did he
So-
think he was going to do it over the phone or something? Oh, okay.
And Baden wasn't here. So I was like, I don't know how to set that up. Oh my gosh.
No.
So that was my fault. But
That's all right.
what can
those
you
things
do?
happen.
Yesterday, I was down for the count. It started with me waking up late, and it just snowballed downhill from there.
You have days like that. That's no big deal. It's everything's, it's all good. And it's going to be all good this weekend. We're very lucky because it is going to be hot. Now, if you're going to go to Peach Jam, anything this afternoon, tonight, and anytime tomorrow and tomorrow night, be ready because
yeah.
it is going to be hot. But the beauty of it is we may have a chance of a scattered thunder shower this afternoon, a slight chance, but it looks like it's going to be just clear and beautiful and hot tonight and tomorrow. So it's perfect for the Peach Jam and Peach Jam Festival
Absolutely.
weekend. So be ready for that. There's so many activities going on. It's not just the music. I mean, there's so many things going on for the Peach Festival and Peach Jam. I think it's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I know, too, that this year they're having like a little water play splash pad area for the kids.
Really?
So
So
you can bring a
that'll
change
help
of
with the
clothes.
heat.
Yeah.
You won't need to
will.
bring a change of clothes. All you got to do is after you get out of the splash pad, stand there for 3 minutes and you'll be toasty dry.
That's right.
The only thing is there will be fairly high humidity. So know
Oh, yeah.
that
But that's to be expected.
it is, but you got to prepare for it. You got to stay hydrated because, especially if you've got a health issue or you're older, and the Peach Jam and Peach Festival brings cradle to grave. I mean, it's basically babies to great grandparents. So you've got
Yeah.
some folks that are maybe more sensitive to the heat and humidity. So watch out for them. Be careful. There's be a lot of chances while you're at the park to get hydrated. There's lots of lemonade and peachade and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Yes. Well, this Peach Jam and then 4th of July, that's like peak summer in my
It is.
calendar, my brain.
It really is.
And then it
it's
goes-
weird because 4th of July is really the very first few days, the 4th day of July.
Yeah.
So technically, you've still got almost all of July and half of August or whatever.
Yeah, you know,
But
it's
you
only
feel
been
like this
summer
is,
for
but you
what,
feel like
5
this
days?
Is, yeah, you feel like this is halfway through summer, and it
I
really
know.
isn't. It's only about a quarter in or third in, but
It's like 4th of July hits, start school shopping.
I know it.
Immediately.
I used to have a blast 4th of July, and then that dread started welling up inside of me that now it's kind of like after the 21st, you know, we solstice, every day is now getting shorter.
Yeah,
And it's like, it almost feels like a downhill slide, doesn't it?
it does.
Now, it changes when you, first of all, get older, because now I'm praying for it to downhill slide and get this heat. I'm ready for fall now already in a
Yeah.
sense. I love the summer and I love 4th of July, but I hate the heat and humidity.
I
And
do
I'm also
too.
kind of looking forward to college football.
Oh, yeah.
So
Well, you know, we have a 4th of July cash grab coming up.
that's exactly right
We
here on
do
Piper
too.
Peach
so
Radio.
this is the perfect opportunity for you to get some money to buy those school clothes or start Christmas shopping or just treat yourself.
Yeah, tell them what's going on.
So from June the 29th, oh, we have a whole
Look at
billboard
this.
over here.
While you talk about it, I'll hold up the regalia.
Yeah. From June 29th to July the 3rd, we're giving away $250 cash every day. And thank you so much to our sponsors that sponsored this and made it available. There's going to be different ways that you can qualify to win. So some of those are going to be commenting on Facebook, liking and sharing the post. Some's going to be call-ins. That's going to be the first time that we've done that. So definitely listen out for that. Watch for the number on Facebook. And on the very last day, Friday, July the 3rd, me and Mike are going to be live at the Old Town Jemison Community Celebration.
Excellent.
You have to enter there, be present to win, and we're going to give away $250 cash on stage.
That's amazing. 250 cash from the stage that night.
That
day.
night.
That
Yeah.
night.
Now, you may have to do a TikTok dance with us for us to hand it over,
Really?
but maybe not. We'll see.
Well,
We may make it optional.
it's always nice to have free money.
Absolutely.
That's so cool.
So we're looking forward to that. And that, of course, will start on Sunday. That way we can give away on Monday.
This coming Sunday?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So as soon as you're done with Peach Jam, get you a rest overnight. Sunday, watch for that post because Monday we're going to start giving away the cash. $250 every day.
That's amazing.
I know.
$250 a day.
A day.
And then the final day down there in
Yep.
Jemison. Well, I think it's great because I got to tell you, we at Piper Peach Radio here just appreciate so much not only our sponsors who make this possible because they're the ones that let us get the cash to give it away,
Yeah.
but also for you, for viewers and listeners to Piper Peach Radio. You know, what we are here for is for community. That's all it's about. We want to, be the place where you can find out what's going on around Chilton County and all the cities around Clanton, including Clanton. And also we want to support the schools, the charities, to help senior citizens, to help school kids, to help those who need help. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what we're here for.
Absolutely.
So thank you. It doesn't exist if you don't watch and listen.
No, it
so
wouldn't be
tell your friends
possible.
about it.
Uh-oh. Cam's uncle commented and said, Cam needs to get out of bed.
Well, I don't think we'll be having Cam on this morning.
Maybe we can catch up with him sometime tomorrow
Yeah, that'd
before
be
he
good.
gets running around too fast.
Yeah, are you? Yeah, you going to do something on Saturday on the air?
No, I don't believe so, but I'm going to be at the Heritage Stage Saturday at
Are
Peach
you?
Jam. I am.
Very
I'm going to be
good.
emceeing that.
Now, what's the Heritage Stage?
So that's going to be like homegrown. I'm so sorry. I'm getting it mixed up with what you're doing, I believe. The homegrown stage. And that's going to be the local artist and an FFA band's going to be there with us.
Oh, nice.
That stage is going to be a smaller stage. It's over closer to the vendors.
Well, good.
So-
That goes all day.
It'll be during the day before the
big stuff from the big
Yeah,
stage.
before the big stuff. So,
Wow, so-
there's going to be entertainment all day long.
All day until about what? 3:30?
I believe at the homegrown stage it's going to be until about 4. Is that right? 3:30
Because
to
Grayson
4.
goes on the big stage
and
at
then
4.
he goes on at 4:30.
Yeah, very
So,
good.
And it starts at 11.
That'll be fun.
Yeah,
Hot but fun.
right. Well, we're going to take a break real quick. Let's hear a word from our sponsors and give them the time to speak with us because we've been coming at you live from the Clayton Tractor Studio. And we'll be back after this break. Stick around.
There's a pride that comes from employing over 6,000 people in America. Welding, fabricating, assembling with local and global parts. Delivering a machine just right for you. Japanese engineering meets American ingenuity that builds on our 50-year legacy of quality, reliability, and durability that makes us the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. These aren't just machines. This is a way of life. And that's why Kubota is investing hundreds of millions right here at home. Because we won't settle on what was good enough yesterday. We're innovating with inspiration from the hard-working men and women that proudly sit on our equipment every day. So you can be sure that every one of us have you in mind when a machine or implement comes down that line. We know how hard you work. We'll do the same. This is Kubota.
All right, y'all, we're back at 7:52. It is Thursday, June the 26th, and we have on the phone with us Cam Cummings. He is a Thorsby native. He's a previous college baseball player, and now he's living in Nashville, living the dream, singing music. How are you this morning, Cam?
I am fantastic. It's a blessing to be here. We've been trying to do this forever, but I'm glad we can finally get it done.
Cam, you grew up in Thorsby. Are you a rebel?
I am not a rebel. I'm on the county or the city line. So I had I think it was a Clanton phone number in the phone book, but a Thorsby address. So
Oh, really?
I went to Clanton. Yeah, I went to Chilton County High, and we came through the Clanton school system. But I live probably 4 minutes from Thorsby High School.
Isn't that amazing? Well, it's good to have you on this morning, and thanks for coming down. And I guess you grew up around here, so the Peach Festival and the Peach Jam is something you've had all your life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a pretty big deal. I was when I was younger, and when I was in high school, it was down in the middle of town, and apparently it's a pretty big deal now. We've had some pretty enormous acts, especially for the size that Clanton and Chilton County is, and I grew up on Peach Jam and the whole Peach Festival, and it's a real blessing to be able to come back and share something with it.
Good.
Yeah, it's definitely grown since we were in school.
That's what I'm hearing. I'm really excited to see it all.
Yeah. Well, tell us, you were rehearsing last night, and then today you've just been a busy little bee. Tell us about your set. Are you excited to play? Were you only playing your own stuff, a mix of stuff? What are you going to bring to us?
Oh, yeah. So, we're really excited to play. My buddies, they're all from everywhere. My guitarist is from New Zealand.
Oh, wow.
And, it's going to be very fun to be able to introduce the guys to, some of the folks from my home. And it's going to be mostly original stuff. I have probably 25 originals that are recorded. We're going to do an hour. It'll be an hour's worth of music. We got 3 or 4 covers of my personal favorites. And the rest are going to be originals, some released, some unreleased, and we're just going to have a good time with it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You're going to introduce your Kiwi member there to let him find out what fried okra and fried green tomatoes and all that tastes like.
That's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Show him how he should live.
We're bringing him through. We're going to bring him through. It's he's very excited.
Now, Cam, did you grow up musical? I know you were. Weren't you were you a baseball player? What was the?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I was. That was kind of my identity until I was probably 22. Is I was the baseball kid. Just growing up, I played a lot of baseball outside of high school. Played a lot of travel ball. Ended up getting a scholarship at South Alabama.
Good.
Played
USA.
there. I played there for a while. Yes, sir. Go Jags. Went there and got my. I did the 4 years there, and then about my junior year, I kind of realized. It just wasn't my grind. Everybody has their grind that they're going to enjoy. And it just wasn't my cup of tea,
Right.
And so I had to kind of re-identify myself, figure out what I was doing in my life. And Dad gave me my brother's old Takamine guitar and said, hey, just play guitar. You're always like, I've been in blues bands growing up. Your mom's singing all around the house. Like my brother, he was a blast from the past kid. Like they're all very musical. And me, I played keyboard and piano growing up, but it just never really dawned on me to do anything but baseball. And he gave me the guitar. I learned the chorus of Sweet Home Alabama, and then I started singing around and eventually went on The Voice and did the voice thing. And it was, I did well. I did well enough to kind of give me the confidence to make the leap to go to Nashville. And it's a longer story than we have, but in general, it was definitely baseball until my early 20s. And we rebranded because it turns out I've done music just as long as baseball.
Oh, wow.
And it's a blessing.
Well, Cam, the thing is, baseball, like any sport, has its time. Baseball is lucky because you can go a lot older in baseball than you can like in football and some of the other sports where you've got to be young and there's also less injury and stuff. But the thing is, there's still a time limit there. The thing is, with music, you've picked something you can do go to the grave. You can do this the rest of your life, and it doesn't. You know, it's amazing. I think took a lot of guts for you to go from being the baseball kid to the guy with the guitar around his neck.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you. And also I agree with you. It can be permanent if you're good enough, right? We've written a few songs, and it does allude, you know, kind of to the fact that songs can outlive you.
Right.
There's been a lot of songs that have outlived many a writer, many an artist, and that's the goal every day when we sit down and write one. But I agree. You know, the athleticism's far more finite than maybe your wit surrounding a lyric.
Well, and you know, the thing is too, if you can create music and enjoy what you're doing while you create it and play it and sing it, whether you are a quote unquote big success or just do it because you love it, you never lose. It's like people, if you do something you enjoy, you never go to work a day in your life. You're doing something you enjoy, and musicians, a lot, except for banjo players, musicians can make a living. You know what? You know the difference. Do you have any banjo player in your band?
So I've played with a banjo player before, but no, on this run we have a keys player, and he can play, you know, the mandolin and saxophone. But
that's great.
He's no banjo guy.
Well, Cam, you know the difference between a banjo player and a 15-inch pizza, don't you?
Oh, let's hear it.
At least a 15-inch pizza can feed a family of 4.
Well done.
Oh,
That's
man.
right.
Yeah,
Well done.
but it's true though. If you enjoy what you're doing and you can do it well enough to just enjoy it and make a living with it, you're doing good. Because a lot of people
Absolutely.
make a better living and they're miserable every day of their lives. So
That's right.
That is
I
right.
get it. There's no doubt. It's been an interesting rebrand for me from going from the athlete to the music kid, and it's you know, it's been weird, but
did
it's
baseball
been a
come?
really fun time.
Did
What's that?
baseball, did it kind of set you up for what to expect in music, like schedule-wise? Did it prepare you for the travel and the long practices and everything?
Yeah, travel, yes. Travel, yeah. It definitely helped me prepare. Like last weekend, we hit the Midwest pretty hard. All the drives are going to be between, you know, 10 to 16 hours.
Yeah.
So it helped me there. Another thing that baseball kind of helps me prepare for is the work. I guess the discipline it takes to sit down, focus on writing a song, because writing a song, like once you get the first, you know, X amount of ideas out of your heart, you know, out of your soul, that's really powerful. The art of writing actually becomes that. It becomes an art where it's not. The songs are built. Yeah, you're pulling from your past experiences, but they're built less. Not passionate, but it's less. It's a little harder to write a song because you use those initial sparks that fires you up to write a song. You've used those, right? So once you're a couple hundred songs in, it's just it becomes that art, and it becomes discipline on that end. And baseball helped me a lot with staying, I guess, you know, locked in and focused on what I need to get done, and that's helped me a lot.
So
Yeah.
Cam, are you a disciplined writer? Do you pick a time every day to sit down and at least try to put something on paper, or you know?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We write. We complete songs every Tuesday, but I have it's called Notion. It's just it's a classic computer platform, but I have a platform that I put in, like if I'm going down the road and because I'm always singing, I'm always humming. It just is who I am. My mother was doing it around the house, and it just rubbed off on me. But if I find a good melody, you know, say I find a melody, I'll get a good voice memo, boom, put it in my Notion app. Say I find an interesting sign that that jogs me my memory and maybe gives me a cool lyric, I'll jot that down. And then every Tuesday we come together and we get our idea, me and my writing team, we get the Idea Notion app, and we pull from it and we write one. So it's that simple. We don't, we get that song done every Tuesday.
How many times have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, grabbed your phone and said something or wrote something in it so you could go back to sleep and not forget what you woke up thinking about?
So early on, I've probably lost more songs than I've written because early on I didn't do it. One of the songs and the first song that ever, it jostled me late in the night, and I was like, oh God, you get hit with waves of inspiration sometimes. And the first one that ever did that was This Town. It was the one that I wrote about Clanton, essentially.
Really?
Yes, sir. And it, I couldn't go to sleep until I finished it. And boom, I had it done. It was about 5 a.m. and I finished it up. And my roommate was like, what are you doing, man? Like, I'm just trying to sleep, But no, it's, that was the first one that happened. And moving forward, I didn't fully write the songs, and I just got our memos done. But yeah, that happens. There are particular melodies that you hear or a particular lyric that'll get you fired up, and you struggle going to bed.
Yeah. Well, tell us, where are we going to be able to find you? What time are you going to perform? And what can we expect to hear from you tomorrow?
Sure. So where are you going to find me? Are you asking social medias? Are you asking like physically tomorrow?
Both physically tomorrow, and if anyone wants to look you up.
All right, anyone who wants to look me up, it's Cam Cummings Music everywhere. That's all you got to do.
It's what? Say that one again.
It is Cam Cummings Music.
CamCummingsMusic.com?
Yes, sir. It's actually, that's just my handle on Instagram, TikTok, on all the platforms that are meaningful now for the young bucks. That is where I'm at. That is where I'm at. So tomorrow I will go on at 7 p.m. We have a meet and greet at 6 p.m. And we're trying to sell the meet and greet. That's fantastic. Hey, you got to come see Tracy Berg. But for me personally, I know everybody that's going to be in the crowd. So I'm going to be out in the crowd with everyone. I'm going to be out in the crowd watching Grayson. I'm going to be out in the crowd watching Rebecca. And I'm going to be able to hang out and take pictures. I'm going to be out there with everyone. So don't worry about that. Come see me at the merch booth. Buy all my hats, and I'll be out in the crowd with you. And we'll be hanging out as a team. This is no crazy affair for me. I just want to be back home. It's going to be good to be back home and 9 yards away from where I ran my first touchdown in the league.
That is so cool.
It's a wild deal, man.
So we asked you if baseball had prepared you for your music career. Does that mean now on stage you can spit and scratch?
Now you're going to see some spitting, but it's not going to be on purpose.
Okay.
Well, Cam, thank you so much for taking time to speak with us, and we're so excited to see and hear all that y'all do tomorrow.
Awesome. I'm blessed for the opportunity to come back home. So thank you for having me on.
Cam, thank you I know you didn't get much sleep. Thank you for getting up and being on with us this morning. We appreciate you doing that.
Not a problem at all. Not a problem. Let's do it again.
Let's do it. Thank you.
Absolutely.
See you tomorrow.
All right. See ya.
All right, y'all. You've been tuning into Morning Mayhem. It's 8:05, so it's time for us to shut it down. But y'all have got a big weekend if you're following our plans. You've got barbecue lunch today at the Senior Connection, Peach Jam tonight starting at 5, and all day long tomorrow. And then Sunday, watch out for the post because we're going to start the $250 giveaway on Monday. So
it's going to be exciting.
It's going to be so exciting. It's 8:06. It's supposed to get up to 90 today, so
and
stay
tomorrow.
Cool. And tomorrow, yes. Y'all have a wonderful Friday.
Have a great Peach